guys, Brian here. We're back here at the Frostbite JL, and today's video is going to be our first wheeling trip of the year. It's going to be our first wheeling trip on the channel and our first wheeling trip with our new Metalcloak lift. So let's go over how it went. Alright guys, so today's off-road trip, we went to Southwest Washington, a little area in Yacolt Burn Forest. Ran a few trails for about 5-6 hours, went with a couple local guys from Instagram. One guy in a pretty wild XJ, and then a JK with a pretty cool roof rack. So we went out there to kind of do a shakedown run of the new lift and to go out there for the first run of the season. If you guys go ahead and stay tuned till the end, we're going to go over how I like the lift and how it performed, and then also what kind of trail damage we received and the other vehicles in the group. So go ahead and enjoy the footage, and we'll see you at the end. Alright guys, this is going to be the road heading out of Hawkinson on our way to the trailhead. This is where we're going to air down and head up the gravel road to the trailhead. You guys want to make sure you bring your Discover Pass or your Oregon ATV Pass. They were out checking that day, and one of the guys in our group had to head home because he didn't have his pass. Here we are at the first trail. This one's called Mountain View. We're going to head through this little gatekeeper. I'm following Bill and his JK. This trail is pretty scenic and has great views of the surrounding mountains. This is a nice moderate trail. You could do this with any slightly modified 4x4. Don't forget to air down, it definitely helps. I definitely enjoy these wooded trails in the Pacific Northwest. If you guys ever get a chance, you should come check them out. That's going to wrap up Mountain View. Now we're going to head over to the first section of Old Ugly. That's going to wrap up the first section. If you look off to the left, there's an optional rock garden you guys can go play in. You want to head down to the right to start the second section of Old Ugly. I'm going to be following Kevin and his pretty wild XJ on this part of the trail. This section is pretty cool. It's a rock garden with two optional lines, the harder line to the right and the easier to the left. Old Ugly is a down and back trail, so you'll be seeing this section again. This little guy decided to hitch a ride for an hour or two on my hood. At this point, I was starting to really enjoy that new Metalcloak lift. It was really comfortable on this rough terrain. This road's going to lead down to a new obstacle. It's pretty sweet once you get down there. This is going to be the base of the new obstacle. It was definitely pretty fun watching Kevin's XJ go up it. Kevin did a great job going up that one. This is definitely one of the hardest obstacles here. This is another new section of trail. It's a pretty short one. It's going to head us down to the end of the road, and then we'll head back up Old Ugly. Now we're done with that section, we're going to head on back up Old Ugly. You'll want to be careful here and pick a good line. You could definitely smash a diff pretty easy here. I definitely was liking all that extra flex from the new Metalcloak kit. I'm taking the bypass to the left here. Kevin's going to take the hard hill climb in the right here in a minute. That XJ is fun to watch. Here we are heading back up the rock garden on the right side. This is going to be the optional easy side. Alright, now it's Bill's turn in his JK. I really like that rack he has, it's pretty sweet. This is going to be the Hagen Creek Trail. This was definitely one of my favorite sections. This trail has several optional rock gardens off to the left that Kevin's going to take full advantage of. This is going to be the start of Deer Pen. It's an easy trail, but it's one of my favorites. Has some scenic views through the trees. Deer Pen is a quick trail, but it's definitely one of my favorites of the area. Alright, we're heading down the road to the last trail of the day. The Yacolt Burn State Forest definitely has some epic views. This is going to be the start of Skyline off the road to the right here. This trail is going to have another rock garden at the start with an optional easy line to the right. This was a fun trail with some awesome views up at the top. Not gonna lie, this one was tricky for me. Even though it's the easier line, I definitely got most of my trail damage on this one. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for our first trail ride. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed our first trip out wheeling and first trip on the channel. We did really enjoy the Metalcloak lift. It did perform pretty sweet. Got a lot of flex out of it, kept the body real stable while the wheels articulated, so we kept traction. And then a couple of the guys mentioned in the group that my Jeep looked real smooth going over some of the obstacles. Also, having their progressive bump stops really helped when you came off a ledge or a hard rock to kind of absorb some of that impact. So we did get a little bit of trail damage. We did get some damage on the front and then also some on the skids underneath. We'll go ahead and show you that in a minute. Alright guys, so some of the damage we received in the front is fairly minor. We just nicked the diff cover there, and then we also hit our lower control arm and the control arm mount as well. Nothing too crazy. We did also hit kind of back on the skid and near the rear exhaust, but nothing too wild. Alright. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the first wheeling trip of the year. First wheeling trip on the channel and first wheeling trip on the new lift. If you guys like the video, go ahead and like it down below, leave a comment, I try to answer all those, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing more trips and we got more upgrades planned. Alright guys, happy trails.